T-VELLY Show.
Welcome to the T-VELLY Show. It's your girl Tanisha R. Atkins, also known as T-VELLY, and I want to welcome you here to the T-VELLY Show. Thank you all so much for tuning in with me today. Today I have a guest with me today, Miss Sharlet Jackson. So y'all welcome her to the show. Woo! Thank you for coming, Miss Sharlet, to the show.
No problem.
As always, I'm excited about the show. Every subject is my favorite subject. I say that every show because every subject is my favorite subject, and I can have a lot of subjects. But today we're going to talk about unleashing the confident woman in you. Now you can't tell me that's not a powerful show. Unleashing the confident woman in you. So I asked Miss Confidence herself to stop by the show and talk to us and give us some tips. This is my aunt, y'all. So she been knowing me. I'm not gonna reveal my age, but she been knowing me all my life, which means I've been knowing her all her life. And one of the things that I can say about her is that she has been confident since I have been knowing her. Now, did she ever have her moments? Not that I know of. She never let me see them. That don't mean she never went through nothing, but I have never seen them. Like, she's always managed to keep her head high. No matter what she was going through, she don't wear it. I'm going to tell you that right now. So are you ready, Charlotte, to dive into this? Charlotte, just can you talk to us? We're going to start the show off and tell us, first of all, what is confidence and how do you know when you have it?
Confidence is, like I said before, it's about knowing who you are and who God created you to be. And everybody has confidence. Some people are afraid to display that confidence because of the way that other people perceive them. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you are who you were meant to be. And the way for you to portray that and actually just let that go out to everyone is just by being you. If you try to do anything other than being you, then you're unhappy and you're miserable. So at the end of the day, they may call you arrogant, they may call you stuck up, they may call you think you high class, and today's term is you bougie. But at the end of the day, I'll be all that because I know who I really am and what I really am, and I'm confident.
Good. I mean, that to me is what confidence is about. Owning who you are and what you bring to this earth, what you bring to this world. I think, if you will really tap into that, you will find, like, there's nobody that can do you like you. That is my favorite statement, okay? Can't nobody do me like me. You can duplicate me, but you can't do me. I'm me. You need to do you. And once you do you, I'm telling you, you just feel so much. You can say, I like the way I dress, or I like the way I style my hair, or I like the way I do my makeup. Can't nobody style my makeup like me. Do you. That's what it's about. Find your lane and drive. You don't have to try to hop in nobody else's car and drive their car, because I'm telling you, your car comes equipped with the same stuff they car have. You just need to figure out the features and drive. So one of the things about confidence too, a lot of people like to say that when they don't understand the difference between confidence and arrogance. What is the difference between you? Like, what's that fine line that you say, okay, now you just being arrogant?
Okay. See, and it is, seriously, it's a fine line. Okay, when you're arrogant people are really people who don't have confidence. They're people who want you to believe that they are more than who they really are. Confidence people are just real. Confidence people, we real, we unfiltered, and a lot of people look at you like, oh, did you say that? Did you do that? Did you wear that? Today I toned it down, but those of you who know me, I bring the sexy all day. But for the T-VELLY show, I ain't want them to have filters all up everywhere.
All right.
So, but I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what I wear, whether it's a turtleneck or a little cute sweater, everybody still know who I am and what I bring to the table. Now, see, that's not arrogant.
That's
being
good.
confident. Now, arrogance is something that it's like everybody look at you and they just can't even really stand to be in the room with you. You know, because they know when they see you come through the door, here's this person with this big old ego. They don't want to hear anything about anybody but themselves. You know, it's always all about them. But when you're confident, people try to make it seem like you're that way. But people who really know you, they know you nothing like that. When you're confident, you're about everybody else.
So it's like arrogance is confidence with a bad attitude.
Exactly.
Would you so, Sharlet, was there ever a time that you weren't confident growing up? Like, how did you get so confident? Have you always been like that?
Well, believe it or not, I used to be bullied like as a kindergartner.
Wow.
And one day I just was fed up with it, and it's like, you know what? I'm not going for it. And, you know, I decided I was going to take control over how people treated me. I didn't care what anybody thought in the classroom. You know, if nobody wanted to talk to me or whatever, I was going to be fine with that. But at the end of the day, you know, I wasn't going to do what everybody else was doing just because that's what they were doing.
Right.
And it's from that moment on, when I made that stand and people saw that I was serious about it, next thing you know, other people started making that stand. Next thing you know, Miss Popular was no longer Miss Popular. Everybody was following me. And they've pretty much been following me ever since.
Well, what did you do? I told y'all, she a mess. But she telling the truth.
It's the truth.
Well, what did you do? Like, okay, you were being bullied, so... I mean, did you fight the kid? Like, what did you do?
I tried to, but she ran all the way home. But, you know, it wasn't like bullying where, you know, they hitting on you or nothing like that. It was one of those things, you know, if you don't do what I want you to do, then I'm not talking to you, so nobody's in the classroom going to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Which to me is still a form of bullying.
Exactly.
Because you're still trying to punk somebody. And
as a kid, that's, you know, very intimidating. You sitting up, nobody's playing with you in recess. Nobody wants to talk to you in the class, you know. So I got tired of it one day. And it was like, I don't care who you are or whatever, you know, and we had our words, you know, everything went on, and the teacher thought she had resolved the issue, and she asked the question. She said, so does anyone in here still want to fight? And everybody was just sitting there, and I knew they were all lying. Everybody still was angry, but nobody made that stand. So I stood up because I still wanted to fight, you know. And when I did that, then, you know, I'm going to say she was like the super tomboy of the class. This girl, she stood up in defense of the person that I wanted to fight. Okay, well, me and you gonna fight. If you gonna fight her battle, that's what it is. But when she realized I wasn't backing down, that disappeared. And after school, I chased that girl all the way home, Jesus. I never did catch her. But, oh, wow. Everybody was running down the street. And, you know, the next day, of course, I was in trouble. But it changed everything. You know, nobody fed into that foolishness anymore. You know, if she didn't talk to you, nobody's talking to you, so...
So something just, I call it courage. Like, that courage just rose up in you like, hey, I don't have to take this. I'm not dealing with this. If you're going to bully me, let's handle the situation. Now, don't try that at home. The T-VELLY Show does not recommend that you try that. Check with your parents or somebody. This is a disclaimer. I was bullied too. They picked on me. In elementary school and in middle school, I really had got to the point where I really hated school because of that. Because it was just this one person. Well, in middle school, it was like this. Well, elementary was one person. In middle school, it was like these two particular people. And I would always have a class with them. And I just used to cringe when it was time to go in that class. Nothing made me feel worse than going in that class and having to, and then not only are you picking on me, but you doing it like in front of the class. So that really tore my self-esteem to pieces. It really, really did. And it took me a long time, a very, very long time. So this is probably the most confident I've been in my life because you will never see me in front of the camera. I'm still kind of getting used to it. But I just come to realize about that greatness that we were talking about earlier. There are things in me I always say that my mission is born to inspire the world. You might see it here on my slogan, to inspire the world. So that is my mission. So I cannot stay silent and inspire the world. So God has to go to work on my confidence. He really did. And one of the things that helped me getting in a good church and being taught what God says about me and realizing that I'm his masterpiece, because that's what he say. So, wow, think about that. You being called somebody masterpiece.
Yeah.
He crafted me. He crafted her. He crafted all of y'all. I love that. He crafted me. So, how can I not love myself when he took time to specially craft me with all the talents, gifts, abilities? I'm not just talking about outside stuff. I know I'm beautiful. But I'm just saying those great things, like that's amazing to know that you are a masterpiece. You have been.
I know I encourage people. I motivate people, and a lot of it because they sit back and watch how I am. Now I'm really living who people see. Mm-hmm. So it's no longer you see me as this person, but behind the scenes, I'm not that person. I'm this person all the time. I'm sitting up in my house laughing at myself because I just can't believe some of the things that have taken place, just over the last year. But at the end of the day, I wow myself, and I sit back and I'm wowed by things that God has done. And it's okay.
It is.
It's okay. I used to be even like down to the car that I drive. Now, you never really seen me drive my car that much. I would jump in my old car and would just burn the car, break down. I act like I ain't have another car. Nah, I'm not intimidated by that.
Why do you think that was? Or why were you too worried about what people was gonna think?
Yep.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I was already being called bougie, stuck up. And come on, I've been called this like way back before I had kids. The circle I ran around, people always, thought, when I was with your uncle, right? I was the bougie girl in the group because I didn't hang with the other girls in the group. It wasn't that, but I had standards. I had, I was different from them. So therefore I had my own group of friends that I chose to deal with.
And that's okay. You gotta stop making people feel bad.
Exactly.
Because they don't want to, maybe they don't like what's going on in your circle. Let them people go.
Exactly. And because of that, it's like, I just always like kind of pull me back.
Yeah.
So like, even with my car, like it was like, what? You jump out of it and people automatically think, oh, she this. I don't think nothing. I think that's a car that I pay a car note on because it's the car that I like. And if you got a problem with it, then you do what you do so you can pay your car note. That's what I think now. I didn't used to think that at first. But now, even like with dating, I used to be like, I would tell my play brother, I would tell him, I'm not going to drive my car. I'm going to drive my old car. So that way, when I meet up or whatever, people won't look at me, and be
judging.
Exactly.
And all that.
And he said one thing to me that just kind of changed my outlook. He say, sis, no, you drive your car. He said, you let them know what playground you on, what level you're dealing with. And if they can't deal with you on that level, then they can't deal with you at all. You don't have, he told me I don't have to dummy myself down, make it seem like I have less than what I have. People don't know what you do to keep the things that you keep. Right. They look at what you have, but they don't know what you do to have those things. So at the end of the day, if I can work as hard as I have to have them and maintain them, I don't worry about what you think no more when I jump out. I might jump out with a t-shirt with a hole in them and some house shoes on. But at the end of the day, I still just jumped out of a Corvette. So guess what? It may be dirty.
Have you ever had people to try to tear your confidence and your self-esteem down? How did you protect it? What do you do when you feel them coming for you? You're like, okay, this is different. I feel you trying to pull me down. How do you handle that?
Okay, so I protected it on the outside, but on the inside, I was tore up. Because on the outside, like you say, I'm never going to let you see what I'm dealing with. So on the outside, everybody saw, it was like, oh, just this perfect me. I just don't have, whatever going on. But on the inside, I was so busy altering things, changing things, trying to cater to whatever, so people wasn't intimidated to be around me, whether it was friends, family, spouses, whatever, because you don't want anybody to feel like, you're so much better than them and they're nothing because they have their insecurities.
Right.
But in the end, by doing that, the more you do that, the more you give up. And the next thing you know, you have a confidence problem.
Wow, that's so you gone. Before you know it, you are not even yourself.
You're not yourself. And then
wow, that's deep.
It's gone. You know, and I actually experienced that. So it was like, you know, you don't even realize that you're giving up, you know, things so much because you're giving it up, but on the outside you're acting like you still have it. Wow. So when you start doing that, it confuses things, and by the time you realize that you've given up all of this stuff, you're angry, you know, you're upset about everything. I mean, now you're not this person that everybody likes being around. So it's like, where did all this go? What happened? So once you regain it, you know, then it's kind of like you're never giving it up again.
So I imagine you have to kind of step back and take a moment to kind of heal yourself on the inside. Because, I mean, you're not a statue. You know, let's be honest. Some people out there are rude and nasty, and they can't take you when you're confident like that. Especially when they don't have confidence. It's like they make it their mission to tear you down. Yeah. And, like, you really have to be aware of your circle.
You do.
That's the first thing. You have to be, when you start feeling like it's some leaks up in that circle, you get that feeling. Your spirit know. You know, sometimes you be like, well, that's my friend, you know, she didn't mean nothing by it. But when that's something inside of you keeps saying, hey, you might want to watch that. Especially when you find yourself changing things just to make them happy, so they won't throw a tantrum and things like that.
Exactly. That's
a clue that it's some self-esteem work going on. It's like you feed your spirit. You have to feed your confidence. Exactly. I just like read a book about that, and I was like, I never really thought about it like that.
Right.
You know, how do you feed your confidence? By telling yourself self-motivating words. For those of y'all that don't know, I do have a t-shirt company that I designed for confident women, and it's called Diva Tees Inc. And that was my mission with my t-shirts. I just wanted women to, the line is for women, and I just wanted them to know that it's okay to be confident. And so one of the shirts I have, it says beautiful, blessed, beautiful, blessed, and confident. Okay. Beautiful, blessed, confident, hashtag I am amazing. That is not arrogant to tell yourself that I'm amazing. If you don't tell yourself, then you don't, not that other people won't tell you, but I can tell you that you're amazing all day. But if you don't believe it for yourself, this is going in one ear and coming out the other. So you need it to stick. So you have to tell yourself, what you say, that do you talk to yourself? Tell us some things that you say to yourself, because I know this diva probably be all in the mirror. For those of you that follow on Facebook, she don't mind letting you know, okay? So what are some things you tell yourself, or how do you keep your confidence up?
You know, like I say, you know, like this past year, you know, it wasn't so much of me keeping my own confidence up. You know, I literally just prayed a simple prayer. And it was, you know, I had to ask God to restore me and fix me. Because I allowed myself to be changed from who he created me and put me here to be. I mean, I was that. And like I say, from being a mother, being a wife, you know, you so busy trying to please everybody else until you forget about pleasing yourself. You know, you feel like that's being selfish when you do something for yourself.
All right.
And when you stop doing things for yourself that you like to do, your hair, your makeup, your nails, your clothes, you know, whatever it is, because you don't want to draw that attention to yourself, then that's neglect. And, you know, when you start neglecting yourself, then you find it where it's like, okay, so what I do now, you know, I never used to like to take pictures because I just always said I'm not photogenic, so I became a photographer. Now I take so many pictures of myself until I can't find pictures of nobody else. You know, my phone stays so full of pictures of me until my memory is gone, and I don't want to delete any of the pictures, but I post them all the time. I don't have a problem with looking and knowing that I'm cute. I was late getting here today because I had to, you know, do different things with my hair, and it's like, you know, I'm back into my makeup now. You know, that was one of the things that I gave up as a teenager because of somebody that I was dating, because he didn't like makeup. You know, he called it war paint, but at the end of the day, it was something that I liked. So now I'm back to that. I don't do heavy makeup. I'm pretty with or without the makeup. And that's one of the things. If I want my eyes green today, they green. If I want them hazel, they hazel. You know, I had a problem, I guess, I think we was talking about this before we started, you know, with being like acknowledged by people. You know, people paying attention to me, which it don't matter. If my hair not combed, they paying attention to me. If my hair combed, and I'm talking men, women, kids, everybody. You know, so it's like I've learned to accept that, you know. So I don't have a problem now with people staring at me and I want to climb under a rock. I see what y'all look.
Confidence to me starts on the inside. Like she said in the beginning, you have to know who you are. Know who God made you to be. And God, if you follow God and you believe in God, you confess, you know, for me, there's just God. But whatever your belief system is, you know, God is in you. And so there is obviously greatness that's in you. And I'm telling you, you have to, that is where your confidence comes from.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm a writer. I'm confident in it because it took me time. It took me a little time. I had low self-esteem too. Growing up, but one of the things I had to do was change my circle, because I realized that the circle that I was in, that was not the best circle for me. If your circle is not helping you to build, you gotta watch that. We're about to wrap up, but before we go, I asked Sharlet to give us maybe 3 or 4 tips on how to get and keep your confidence, since she's done such an excellent job. Today has been a great show. Thank you so much, Sharlet, for coming on the show and setting us straight about confidence. I hope that y'all really take to heart some of the things that we said here today. And more importantly, I hope that you get to know yourself, love yourself, and appreciate yourself, because you truly are an awesome person. And don't let nobody ever tell you any different. You are awesome. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your background is. You are an awesome person. And so I just pray that you learn that and tap into that and tell yourself every day, I am an awesome person. Like I told you before, I have a t-shirt line that is about promoting confidence, self-confidence. So y'all check that out at divatees.bigcartel.com. You can email me at the TVELLYShow@gmail.com if you would like more information, or if you would like to be a guest here on the T-VELLY Show. And this is a platform for you to come and use your awesome voice and tell us your amazing stories. So once again, Sharlet, thank you. Did you enjoy being on the show today?
I did.
It was truly, I got a little cut off earlier, but I was saying that when we were growing up, everybody had their favorite aunt, and she definitely was my favorite aunt. I used to roll with all the time, drive her car. But one thing, she always just had that confidence, and that's the one thing I can remember with her. She was very bold. She's not afraid to say what she wants, and that's all goes along with being confident, because the more confident you are, the more you thrive in life, because you learn that you matter, your voice matters, who you are matters. And so I hope you take that from the show today. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the T-VELLY Show. We will be back for the month of February, where we talk all